All right, good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. We're streaming on the zone1059.com, and you can download the Out of Bounds radio app, and you can watch me and Jake Wimberly, or you can just listen to the show. Twitter handle @BowBounds, brought to you by our friends at favorites.com. New auto rates, same great service. And that is Farm Bureau Insurance, and the number is 601-707-3750. I need to give you the schedule for the rest of the week. We're checking out in a couple hours. So, I can't believe that I got these two knuckleheads to show up all week this week. That would be Jackson and Drew. But we're out tomorrow, which is Thursday. Tomorrow and Friday. We'll be back Monday. We're in Clarksdale Tuesday for the C-Spire Connerly, and then Mossy Oak Golf Club Friday for a show, brand new multi-million-dollar golf course right across from Old Waverly. Super cool. Everybody knows about Mossy Oak. I think that's over 10 years old, I would have to believe. Jake Wimberly in the house in the BankPlus studio, drive at 5. What's happening, dude?
Man, just another day of paradise. It's a good day. We're a day out from Thanksgiving, so everybody's, running around getting food and beverages and all that stuff. Yeah, just getting ready for the long weekend. Another good weekend of college football. You got some good high school football on Friday. So it's a celebratory time. It's a fun time.
It really is, man. It's one of the best weeks of the year.
Yeah.
When you think about college, high school, and NFL.
Yep.
And the fact that we get Cowboys, Redskins, A&M, LSU, and something else, Drew, if you wouldn't mind checking out that other NFL game. I guess the Lions. The Lions always play on Thanksgiving, so they're playing somebody. I remember growing up watching Barry Sanders on Thursdays, and I was a big Barry Sanders fan, and I used to feel sorry for him because the Detroit was always bad. Did I call them the Tigers? I meant the Lions, the Detroit Lions.
No, you said the Lions.
I think I was thinking about the Tigers because Kate Upton in that tweet about how she's the only one that should be able to blank Justin Verlander.
Right.
But anyway, I remember that. Sanders would have a great day, and they'd still go, and a great season. They'd still go 6-10. They'd tease the Detroit fan base. They'd go 6-10 or 7-9 every year, and couldn't find a QB. I don't think. Maybe they had somebody decent at some point when he was there, but for the most part, no.
Talking about John Kitna, he was a pretty good quarterback.
Or was Charlie Whitehurst there?
Ooh,
no, that may not have. They may not have overlapped Sanders and I don't remember.
But the Vikings are actually playing this.
Are they playing the Lions
tomorrow?
Who?
11:30.
Oh, at 11:30? Central Time?
Yep, just time to start eating.
So they're the lunchtime.
They're the lunchtime
game. Then you
got that's the Bloody Mary game.
Yeah, then you got the Cowboys and the Redskins.
Right.
And I'm sure there's an underlying theme on why the Lions have always played on Thanksgiving. Yeah, but I have no idea why that is.
I don't either. I'm sure.
Well, this year they're actually in the playoff hunt.
I'm sure John Madden told us at some point. I felt like he and Summerall always called that game. God bless him. And again, the only highlight was Barry Sanders or whoever they were playing. Yeah, Dak and the Redskins. Redskins are hot. Kirk Cousins.
Cousins is hot.
Now Jackson's on. You have to understand he's the ultimate bandwagon fan. So whoever he's talking about or all about, depending on the week or month, they're awesome.
Well, Cousins
like Hall of
is
Fame.
Awesome.
So Cousins is up there.
No
just
doubt.
below Brady and Breeze right now, according to Jackson.
Statistically, you're pretty correct here. Cousins is a top 5 quarterback this year. I just want you to know that.
Where's your boy Dak Prescott?
He is top 10. So, he's a little under Cousins, but, he's up there.
How does his TD interception ratio compare to your boy Kirk Cousins?
It's not what matters.
Oh, okay. So 17 TDs to 2.
What do you want, man?
Picks?
Why? Look, here, I'll give him this. That's all I'm giving.
That game's in Dallas because Dak already won on the road against the Redskins. That was one of the games they thought Dak would start to play bad.
He was also supposed to throw a pick that game.
Yeah.
Josh Norman's out there.
That's right. You predicted that. That was another one of your good predictions.
I did. Well, I'll
year.
predict the same thing tomorrow.
Will you tell us now that he was on the Houston bandwagon preseason, Jackson was. Then he got on the Louisville bandwagon during the season. So now we're giving him the opportunity to kind of jump on the last bandwagon of the season. Will you tell our listeners and Jake who it is?
Well, thanks to Kirk Herbstreit, your favorite person. I am actually going with the USC Trojans, and that's the reason for that. I have to, man. Herb Street said they should be number 7 in the playoff polls, and that if they win the Pac-12, they should be in the playoff. So I'm with him.
Drew, did they have 2 or 3 losses?
They have 3.
That's
But
perfect.
why is Louisville ranked ahead of them? Louisville hadn't beaten anybody.
Did he really say they should be in the college football playoff?
He said they should be number 7, and that if they beat Washington in the Pac-12 championship, that they should be in
Again?
the playoff.
Okay,
For
so
sure.
it would be Alabama. We're thinking it will be Ohio State and then Clemson, and he's saying that nobody is worthy out of the Big 12. We obviously don't have an independent because Notre Dame's not any good, and we don't have a G5 because your boys down in Houston decided to lose to Navy and somebody else.
Yes.
And so that's where that would leave us at the number 4.
I don't think
four slot.
I don't think Ohio State's going to make it.
I don't either.
Why?
They're not going to win. They're not going to win their division.
No, they're going to lose again.
Oh, to Penn State.
Penn State's going to win the division. Penn State or Wisconsin are going to win the Big Ten and
you got-
go to the playoffs.
Are you sure about
Galloway,
I'm
Joey Galloway's out here
positive
being
about that.
vocal.
Yeah. Excuse me. Ohio State.
Here, go ahead. Jake Wimberly on the Out of Bounds
Sorry
Show,
about that.
ESPN 105.9 The Zone.
Yeah, Ohio State lost to Penn State. So
That's right.
If Penn State wins out, they win this weekend, they will play Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship, and Ohio State will be sitting
How
at
bad
home.
is that? Nobody's watching that garbage.
Whose fault is that?
Well, it is. I recognize that it is Ohio State's
It's
fault.
100% their fault.
Well, who does Penn? They play Michigan State this weekend at home, and Michigan State's not good. Now, Michigan State, if you remember, they went for 2 with like 3 or 4 minutes left this past weekend.
That's correct.
Not sure what. I mean, D'Antonio's a smart dude.
He's
but
just trying to
He
get
just felt
W's.
like, hey, we're probably not going to stop them, and we're not going to get another opportunity. But if y'all didn't watch that game, it was a heck of a fourth quarter, and Ohio State ended up winning 17-16. But Michigan State went for 2 and didn't make it.
Yeah.
They could have kicked it.
Played
And we had a
for OT.
17-17 ball game with like 3:40 or something left to go in the game. Which, I mean, I get it. You know, J.T. Barrett's he's okay. Like Luganville said, they don't really have a running game. And that's rare for Ohio State. We're used to seeing Ezekiel and other dudes go through that program. Could Michigan... So Ohio State's out. No. Technically, if Wisconsin beats Penn State...
Wisconsin's number 6 right now.
Yeah,
that would
they,
put them
they
in,
can
right?
jump easily.
Yes. If Wisconsin was to win,
They'd be 11-2.
they'd be 11-2.
I think they'd let them in.
They're 6th in the playoff rankings right now. What you could see, theoretically, is Ohio State, if they beat Michigan this weekend, and then Wisconsin beats Penn State, and Washington loses out, you could get 2 Big Ten teams. You could get Ohio State, and then you could get Wisconsin. But look, Penn State's sitting right there at 7th.
Right.
I personally, one man's opinion, think the Big Ten, that's what's going to happen. They're going to get 2 teams in this thing.
They're going to be able to hold their hat on that. They're the better conference.
Now, that may not happen. That's just what I think is going to happen.
What about Oklahoma?
Who do y'all like? I'll be honest. I watched a little of Wisconsin LSU, and I've watched little snippets of Penn State. I can't give you any kind of in-depth analysis on either team. Who on a neutral field in Indianapolis? Who is supposed to win that game between Penn State and Wisconsin, or is it basically a toss-up?
Ooh, Wisconsin.
I'd go with Wisconsin.
The line.
Even though Penn State out-recruits Wisconsin, you like Wisconsin better? Okay.
Absolutely.
That's interesting.
I'm with you.
I'll ask.
I don't have I haven't watched them enough, so I don't really know.
I just,
I watched
I haven't
it,
watched the Pac-12 enough this year because once Oregon and Stanford and UCLA and USC started losing early, well, I mean, other than Washington, and that's if you wanted to stay up till 11 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, and they were playing crappy teams, it just wasn't. It didn't have the sizzle. There.
Yeah, well, USC has the most exciting player in all of college football. That's Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah, you've been trying to sell that for a while.
He's good.
Well, I thought a couple of weeks ago it was Lamar Jackson for you.
Well,
Now
he
you're
is.
going to Juju.
Okay, they're tied. Yeah, at 1A, 1B.
1A, 1B.
Well,
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm
yeah,
going-
because Lamar Jackson looked great against Houston. I mean, I watched a good bit of that game, and I'm not sure if he was throwing it to me in the stands or his wide receivers.
I'm playing the stats.
How would
here.
he look against playing SEC teams the way they're built on the defensive line?
Look, I'm playing your
Exactly.
game here. I'm playing stats. You tell me Dak's better than Kirk Cousins because of his stats. Well, look here. I'm going Lamar Jackson stats.
Okay.
Right?
Hey, right on.
Kirk's playing good ball.
I didn't say he wasn't.
He
I
doesn't
actually like his attitude. Let's hold on. For our listeners, we're jumping all over the place.
Yeah, we are.
Kirk Cousins, which Jackson can do even better than I can.
You like that? You like that?
That made me like him a lot.
That was him to his general manager, by the
gosh.
way. You know why? We're talking Kirk Cousins, quarterback for the Redskins, who Prescott will face tomorrow.
Right.
Who's playing really good football. He's a guy who's got a massive chip on his shoulder, and
Love
it
it.
drives him. And there's nothing wrong with that in life, business, or especially football or other sports.
You want to know the difference between him and Dak
Because
Prescott?
LeBron James had a massive chip on his shoulder last year, and we saw what he did to the Golden State Warriors when they were down 3-1.
Trashed him.
Yeah.
The difference between Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott is Kirk Cousins does not have Ezekiel Elliott or Des Bryant or Jason Witten. He does have Jordan Reed.
Let's pump the brakes on Jason Witten. I mean, he runs a 5.3 40.
Doesn't matter.
He
He's a
does get
safety
open.
blanket. He's always open.
I love it. You know, every time he falls down, for our listeners, Jason Witten plays tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. Every time Witten catches the ball, Jake, and he's tackled immediately because he doesn't have any separation. God bless him. But he can get open for that split second. Dak can hit him. It looks like his body's going to crumble when he hits the turf every time. It hurts me to watch him fall.
Yeah, it does me too.
He looks like he's 45 years old, you know? And
Well,
so,
how old is he? He's
he
mid to
probably
late 30s?
pushing.
Yeah.
He's got to be up there.
well, you got the Google.
Yeah, I do have that thing.
Yeah.
He is
He's been in the league a
pushing.
long time.
He is 34.
34 years old.
He's still got 3 years.
Wow. Okay.
So Dak's safety blanket will continue. Yes, his safety blanket. That is what he is.
No, I'd go with Ely. I mean,
Zeke.
no.
Beasley.
Beasley, the little number 11,
The one
is
that
more
drops
the safety
touchdowns?
blanket than Witten to me. But they both are. Yeah.
I
Well,
guess-
they're both running underneath routes.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's the same deal. They're just different dudes. That didn't make any sense. All right.
Did anybody even know who Beasley was before this year started?
No.
Yes, because I play fantasy football, but that's
Well,
the only reason
he's
you
got
would
six.
know.
He's single. He's single, 24, and has zero responsibilities. So he has 7 fantasy football teams. I can't even do one.
And eats toaster strudels, right?
Hey,
We'll get into that.
let's discuss that because we're extending this segment because we have Lee Sterling at 7:20. Jake Wimberly drive at 5 to 6 this afternoon.
Yes.
Okay, and you and Jay are going to do your shows on Friday.
Yes. It actually will be 4 to 5:30. Mississippi State basketball's on at 5:30.
Okay.
So we're just gonna, we're gonna have a little fun and do a little pre-Egg Bowl, pre-high school football.
Plus, you'll get to recap a bunch of the games from Thursday and
Yeah.
Friday midday.
Yeah, we're just gonna have some fun with it.
That'll
There
be
you go.
great. Do you have a quick? Who do you like in Pearl versus Petal and Madison Central versus? You keep up with high school football a lot more than I do, and as the Brandon play-by-play guy, you get to see a lot of these teams play. Do you have a pick in those games,
Don't.
or are you going to wait?
Don't start
You don't have to
riot.
do it on here.
No, I don't mind doing it.
Okay.
I don't mind doing it.
Don't start a riot.
No, I wouldn't.
No, start a ride. Let's do that.
No.
I'm fine with
Not
that.
in studio.
All good teams. All good teams. If I had to pick, like today, if you just made me pick, I would say Clinton's going to win.
There we go.
Very close.
Okay.
There
And
you
I think Pearl is playing so good right now that I think Pearl's going to win on Friday too.
Okay.
Explain that.
Yeah, I think, and that would be amazing to see Pearl and Clinton in the state championship together.
My God.
It'd be awesome.
We haven't had a championship. Now Pearl just moved up.
Yeah.
But we haven't had, it used to be 5A, so work with me. But between the 5 and 6A division, Jake, we haven't had a champion in the metro area since Madison Central and Mike Justice.
That's crazy. That's a long
That's
time.
17 years or something?
Yeah, was it 1999?
Nine?
Maybe.
Or 2000?
Yeah, it
somewhere
was
in
right
there?
in that area.
With the Buckles SB crew?
Hey, here's an even better question. Now, but if that was to happen, now,
Okay.
you know you're going to get.
So if you got a metro area champion, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, if you had 2 to play in the championship, you're going to have one
Okay.
for sure.
At
Yeah.
Davis Wade.
Yeah, at Davis Wade.
Okay.
You're going to have Clinton or Madison Central. And if Pearl makes it, you'll have 2. But imagine if the game was still at the vet.
Oh,
how many
God.
people would be at the vet
I didn't even think about that.
to see
So-
Pearl, Clinton for a
Because
state
you
championship?
remember what because you were a part of that when
Yeah.
Brad Peterson turned Brandon around and Brandon made it and should have beat South Panola if they can field 2 punts in the
Yeah.
last quarter. When Brandon made it, they
was-
put the biggest crowd that's been in there
Ever.
It's not even close.
Yep.
There were several thousand Brandon fans there.
That was crazy. And could you
I
imagine?
remember watching that on TV going, I have never, ever seen a crowd like that for a championship game.
I still think even if it's either team from the north versus Pearl, you're still going to have a ton of people travel to Starkville. It's going to be crazy.
Clinton,
No
crazy
doubt.
busy. Yeah.
No doubt.
Clinton will travel well. Pearl will travel well.
Yeah.
I honestly think every single one of those 4 teams would travel very well. I mean, I know Madison would travel well.
They would.
I'm wondering.
Petta would. It's big. They're in Hattiesburg. They would
So
too.
they'd
But
travel.
Jake's right. If it was at the vet,
Whoa,
it'd be
that.
crazy. Let's take a break and welcome in Lee Sterling. Handicapper to the stars, ParamountSports.com. He'll join us on the New Belgium Fat Tire Hotline. You're listening to the Out of Bounds Show on ESPN 105.9 The Zone, presented by RPT and Rick's Pro Truck. Yes, they are the number one business when it comes to Pro Coat spray and bed liners. RPT I-55 South, and then, of course, Lakeland Drive Flowwood. Out of Bounds is brought to you by the Pro Coat spray and bed liners at RPT Rick's Pro Truck.